Good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Northampton location, and today we're going to be taking a look at this 1987 Mercedes-Benz SL560. This SL560 is currently showing just over 54,000 original miles, and if you would like to see a high-resolution detailed photo set, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There, of course, you will also find a free included Carfax report, alongside a long list of technical data related to the vehicle's remaining tire and brake life, as well as individual readings from each panel using our paint depth gauge. But today I'll take you on a quick condition overview around both the interior and the exterior of this absolutely stunning Mercedes convertible, as well as showing you some of the more notable features. So we'll start here on the exterior, finding it finished in this absolutely beautiful metallic gray. Just a wonderful quality to this paint. It's been extremely well cared for, as you can see here. Especially being a mid to late 80s vehicle, you can see the condition is fantastic. But let's go making our way down the side of the driver's side of the vehicle, looking for any dings, dents, or scratches anywhere on this bodywork. As we make our way all the way to the rear here on the driver's side, it looks absolutely phenomenal. I did notice one very small ripple in the panel just there. Very hard to notice in a passing glance. You'll also notice some beautiful two-tone pinstriping all the way down the side of the vehicle, which has held up very, very well over time. Looking at your chrome and rubber trim that carries from the fender onto the doors and just a little bit onto the rear quarter panel, that all is in factory fresh condition. Same goes for that chrome trim just underneath the bottom of the panels. Looking here at this wheel in the rear, chrome finish, which is very nice. A lot of the 560 SLs that I've seen have a kind of a satin silver paint finish. I think the chrome is perfectly suited for this spec 560, and I think that one is in great condition with only minor imperfections. Here on the front wheel, couple more imperfections there around the lug nuts, but for the most part, looks very nice. Tires are in good shape as well. You can see it does have a sticker for 2025 currently. Looking here at the current condition of the hardtop, at least over on this side, all presents very nicely. Looking at the paint condition on the roof and all of the chrome trimming, you can see it's held up remarkably well. As we get a little bit of extra sunlight, you can see the seals all around the glass and the glass itself presenting just perfect. Not a single imperfection to note here on the hardtop on the driver's side. Looking at your driver's mirror, also finished in chrome, a beautiful design, and held up very nicely. Windshield in great shape. You can see the seal is sturdy all the way across where the roof meets the windshield frame, as well as all of that chrome trim around the base. Beautiful silver windshield wipers as well. No chipping or peeling on any of that finish there. And that'll bring us here to the hood and the front fascia area. Now looking here across the hood's condition, very, very nice as we saw a bit earlier. Only maybe one very minor imperfection there, but otherwise wonderful. You can see these nice satin windshield washer fluid sprayer nozzles just there, as well as these vents just ahead of the driver and passenger seats. The front fascia is in unbelievably good condition. Looking at these headlights, beautiful design, chrome trimming on the grille, all looks just unbelievable. It's hard to find a Mercedes of this era where the chrome has held up so beautifully all the way around the vehicle. That front bumper looks almost brand new. All of the rubber and those bump stops there look great. And looking down below, I've seen so many 560s where the paint under there has just chipped away or been torn apart, but as you can see here, absolutely no concerns. Same goes for these rubber end caps here. Now that brings us on to the passenger side of the vehicle. You can see with the sunlight hitting it directly, you have a little bit of a copper hue to the paint. It really just presents absolutely beautifully. And then when you get into the cooler shadows, it almost has a blue touch to it. It's a really unique and special color. And now looking for any dings, dents, or irregularities here in the bodywork down the passenger side. Making our way back, it all presents very nicely, all the way to the rear. Now you notice a couple small imperfections in your pinstriping just there. But looking at the bottom of these doors, just like the driver's side, that rubber and chrome trim presenting beautifully. Starting here with the rear wheel, only minor imperfections there in the center, but Otherwise, a great presentation. And same goes here in the front. Quick look here at the passenger side of that hardtop. Chrome trim presenting very nicely. Just the same as we saw there on the other side. That brings us to the rear of the vehicle. Again, some more absolutely wonderful chrome and rubber finish on this bumper. All the way across, beautiful reflections. Rubber has a nice even dark color. There's no dry spots or light spots where maybe somebody could have waxed it or buffed onto it. That all looks just incredible. All the way across. And if you reference the listing at alphacars.com, you'll also find pictures of the whole undercarriage, but just a quick sweep here of that rear area. Extremely clean as well. 560 SL badge shining brilliantly, finished in chrome. Same goes for the Mercedes star and the bit of chrome just underneath. And of course your third brake light mounted ever so subtly there in the middle of the trunk. So as you can see here on the exterior, it's finished absolutely beautifully and has been cared for extremely well. And that theme definitely continues once we open it up. Taking a look here at your door card, full leather wrap on every surface here. Beautiful even color, chrome end plates there, and all the hardware associated looks incredible. Looking here at the door sill itself, also no imperfections at all. See your original labels just there. Looking all the way across, it's just unbelievable how well this vehicle is held up. Even looking at the floor mats, Mercedes-Benz script still intact on the heel pad just there, as well as the famous emblem just behind. Looking here at the driver's seat, you'll find the whole interior finished in this nice gray leather, which matches beautifully with that exterior finish. Driver's seat's in great condition, and the passenger seat is just the same, and the armrest in the center looks like it's hardly ever been used. So next up, I'll climb inside. I'm rather tall, so it's a bit tricky because these aren't the biggest interiors, but with a nice heavy close of the door, we are fully inside, and we get to look around the interior. I'll waste no time in firing it up. You can hear just how smooth and steady the idle is, pardon the noise. When you click it to ignition, extremely smooth startup, very quiet, no strange warning lights on the dash, and you can see 54,800 miles reported currently. No lights on anywhere there, all gauges indicating as they should and very responsive, as you can see with a light jab of the throttle there. All gauges working exactly as they should. Very small imperfection there on that left-hand dial on only the plastic, but otherwise very, very nice. Looking here at the dash condition, it's a very short dashboard. The windshield is just a short arm's reach in front of you, but you can see on what little dash there is, it's held up beautifully. Look at this leather panel just here, all the way across, and not a single imperfection or area where it's discolored. And that brings us to the steering wheel just ahead of me here. Again, stitching and leather wrap has held up absolutely perfectly. All the way around. The whole steering wheel looks lovely. You can see between your climate control vents there, you do have a temperature, which is reading accurate. Nice rear view mirror mounted to the frame of the windshield just there. Sun visors as well. Nice padded leather feel, and they look lovely. Make your way down here to the center console control area. You have, of course, your rear window defroster. You have your manual antenna up and down switch just there, which is just behind my left shoulder. You have some dome lighting and your original head unit, which works wonderfully. You can see that screen is free of any imperfections or dead pixels, and it all works very responsively. Looking just below here, some climate controls, a basic volume knob labeled in Celsius. But I'll put that back up to warm because it is a cold one today. You can see all of your climate controls just there. You can actually look inside here. I guess you can't with this camera, but as you operate every switch, you can actually hear and see the vacuum actuators working exactly as they should. See if you can hear it. Might be hard to hear it over the camera, but everything works perfectly. The heat changes from windshield to center vents to footwell vents very quickly, quietly. It's exactly as it should be. Now I'll actually move the shifter out of the way here just to show you this small tray, which opens up beautifully, again finished in chrome. Power outlet just there. All of it presents perfectly, and that clicks right into place as it should. Gear selector, nice and light to operate. Condition is perfect. And we have power windows on either side, as well as a passenger mirror power control just there. The driver's one is operated using this small paddle available on your door card. Speaking of door card, passenger side looks great. Footwell is just the same. And looking just above my head, you can see the headliner of this hardtop is finished absolutely beautifully and is in perfect condition. I don't see a single stain, mark, tear, or anything to report negatively about this hardtop. It's probably the nicest one I have ever seen, and I've been in quite a few of these 560 SLs. I'll show you a more detailed look on that once I hop out, but first up, let's take a look under the hood and see what powers the 560 SL. All right, so now we're here under the hood of the 560 SL. Starting just ahead of me here, looking at the front area where you do all your cooling. Everything looks wonderful, nice and clean. And now we'll make our way up a little bit further. You can hear the engine idling very smooth and very happily here. Nice and quiet. You can see all of the belts and mechanisms spinning smoothly and free of any noise or any rotational buzzing that you might be accustomed to hearing with older motors. Look at that, just so smooth. Clearly very well maintained, and we have documents to show that. You can see here the air cleaner on top, with that Mercedes emblem in the dead center. I mean, just everything absolutely stunning. I'll just give you a nice slow tour around the engine bay, and you can pause and zoom if you'd like on any of these components. As the discerning 560 SL enthusiast probably knows quite a bit more than I do personally about exactly where to look, but as you can see, it's all very, very clean and well cared for here under the hood. So this is a 5.6 liter naturally aspirated V8, producing a beautifully smooth 227 horsepower. So it's no rocket ship, but for the SL class, this was actually the most powerful SL of the decade when this was released in the 80s. And it certainly does not feel like a slouch today. Power was not a concern as far as, moving from slow to fast. It was a concern of smoothness, relaxation, and this car provides all of that. Now, looking very quickly, as I mentioned, at that headliner with a better angle all the way around. Those glass panels all beautifully clear. Everything is as it should be. Now, it's worth mentioning, it's quite a bit of a process to remove this roof and then put up the soft top and then take it down. So I've done that, and all of those photos are available in that listing that we mentioned at AlphaCars.com. You'll see photos with the hardtop on, you'll see photos with the soft top up in great detail, and then you'll see photos of the vehicle with the roof down. And with that, let's finally move on here to the trunk. One push of this button just here opens it up. You see all of this black plush carpeting is extremely clean all the way throughout. And one of my favorite things about this vehicle is just inside this small fabric pouch just here. You open that up and look at that collection of small cassettes. Absolutely gorgeous. I would love to have a collection of these vintage cassettes in my personal vehicle with my old cassette player, but absolutely wonderful. And that'll go very nicely with a nice top-down cruise in the summertime. Now, just here we have a massive folder, as you can see, of maintenance records, and of course all of these are available to you. Wonderful amount of maintenance history to go with this vehicle. As you can see, all top-tier service, owned by an enthusiast. It's only a 2-owner vehicle. So again, please reference the listing at alphacars.com, of course, for all of the contact information you may need, but also for that detailed photo set where we're going to highlight the vehicle with its roof up, the soft top up, and the roof down, as well as more info about those maintenance records and some underbody shots to really take a detailed look under the vehicle. But until then, thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful day. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you from AlphaCars.